Hey everybody, we're back here to review the Salomon X Ultra. The Salomon X Ultra 4 has been taking the hiking world by storm. We are really excited to share a review with you guys. We personally tested these boots over a period of 4 months. Here is our review. All right, everybody, welcome back. We are back at it again to do the Salomon X Ultra 4 review. So the first thing we're going to go over is price. These are currently priced at $160, which is about mid-range for hiking boots nowadays. If you're looking in the uppers, probably in the 240s, getting more in the expensive area. If you're looking for a very budget-friendly boot, you're probably looking in the lower 100s, 120, 140. So these are kind of in the midway range. The profile of these boots are light, subtle, and fast. When I say fast, what I mean is you can move very quick in these boots. These are actually the most lightweight boots on the market currently. These are the most lightweight boots I've actually ever reviewed before. Come in sizes 7 through 14. They also come in a wide. So I have the low cut version. There's also a mid, which means the ankle goes up a little bit higher for extra stability. So like I said, who are these for? These are for people who want to move fast. You don't necessarily have to move fast while hiking if you want these, but these, like I said, are the most lightweight boots I've ever reviewed. So if you want to move very swiftly, these are definitely boots for you. These are not trail runners, but they can be used as them. However, I would look into trail running boots rather than these because these are just made for hiking specifically. For comfort, we rated these a 9 out of 10. Starting at the toe box, it is very wide. I had no issues with the toe box whatsoever in terms of numbness in my feet. I had great room in the toe box area, so I have no complaints whatsoever there. Moving on to the midfoot has great shock absorption. As you can see, it has that robust material right here in the midsole, and it has the advanced chassis, which we'll go over later in the review. So I had great cushioning in the midsole, and I had absolutely no complaints. The cushioning of the heel was excellent. I had excellent shock absorption in the heel area, and I had no slipping whatsoever. The cushioning in the heel area was also excellent. One thing I liked about the boot in terms of the aesthetics was they kept to the normal stitching in this area. A lot of companies have been moving to welding of the materials in the hiking boots, which I don't necessarily like because that makes them less durable. So they've switched the old way. They've stayed with the old way of stitching the boot, which I'm really happy with, and it has held up great. One little issue I had was there's not that much protection between the toe box going towards the heel right here where my hand is. It's kind of vulnerable to rocks or anything sharp right there. I personally didn't have any trouble there, but it's just something to keep an eye on for yourself if you do end up purchasing these boots or using them in the future. So in terms of total shock absorption, this boot was great. When I was coming downhill especially, I was able to absorb a bunch of shock, and I didn't feel any pain in my joints or any of that real acute pain going up through your ankle that you'll feel when you come down really hard. So this was able to absorb a lot of shock very well for such a lightweight boot. Usually when you have a lightweight boot, it is not good at absorbing shock whatsoever. However, this did an excellent job at absorbing shock. So when we talk about rigidity versus flexibility of the boot, what does that mean? What that means is you can test the boot to see how rigid it is, especially when pulling, twisting on it. So this boot is pretty rigid overall, which again is kind of odd for a lightweight boot. Usually they are more flexible because it's less weight. However, this is a good thing. So what you want when you're coming down on a surface is you want the boot to not actually conform to the surface. So if I was going against a flat or rock, I don't want my boot to go like this. I want it to stay nice and rigid because then I'm going to be able to grip it in that exact area. If the boot starts to conform, that's when I'm going to slip off that rock. So these boots have excellent rigidity, especially when you're coming down and absorbing shock. However, they are flexible enough for comfort. You don't want an overly stiff boot because that's going to cause pain, and that's going to be not fun to hike in because they can be a pretty pain in the butt to hike with. So the lacing system for this boot, it's called the quick lace system, and I didn't necessarily love it that much. This boot actually comes in normal laces. You can buy them with normal laces. I wanted to try out the quick lace system. So what it is you can pull the quick lace right here and tighten it as much as you like. And then there's a little pouch right here for you to drop this in. so it doesn't get caught on anything. I usually use lacing techniques to conform the boot to my foot because I have my shoe sizes are different. My left foot is a size smaller than my right foot, so I will use lacing techniques to make up for that. I can't do that with the quick lace system. It is convenient for sure if you don't want to lace up your boots. If I were to buy these boots again, I would definitely want regular laces. So traction, we rated this a 9.5 out of 10. It is made out of the Contra Grip outsole, as you can see. Like I said before, it has been great at absorbing shock, and it has excellent grip. When you look at the lugs on here, they're nice and well evenly spaced. There's been no tread wear whatsoever. I've hiked at least 40 to 50 miles in these boots, hiking miles that is, and I've had no tread wear. I've had excellent grip. The lugs are made out of Chevron, which is a new branding system for the lugs, and they're about 5mm in depth, which is standard, but I've had excellent traction with this boot. It is one of the best, most grippy boots I've actually reviewed so far. I hiked in a bunch of harsh conditions, and like I said, they held their grip every single time. I had zero slipping whatsoever. I was very impressed with the traction on these boots for such a lightweight boot. And let's talk about weight. We rated this a 10 out of 10 for weight. Like I said, this is the most lightweight boot you will ever come across. We weighed them in about 1 pound and 12 ounces for a men's size 10.5. If you are looking for a boot that is super lightweight, if you have problems with fatigue, or if you want to move really fast on the trail, or you just want the most lightweight boot there is, these are definitely in your area. Like I said, any hiker can use these, but if you're looking for something that's going to be swift and you can move quickly in, that's the area of these boots you're going to look for. Water resistance, we rated this a 10 out of 10. It's made with the Gore-Tex membrane, which some people will complain that there's not great breathability with these boots, but I had no issues. I hiked in 85-degree weather the other day and my socks were completely dry. I mean, it's more of a subjective experience. Like I said, I always say for any boot, you guys should always try it on in the store. I'm happy to review them for you, but you should always try them on in the store because it's a very subjective experience, especially breathability of boots. But I did my 5-minute submersion test in these and they worked excellent, so 10 out of 10 in that area for sure. So for stability and support, we rated it an 8 out of 10. Usually if the boot is more lightweight, there's less stability and support, but contrary to that, these boots are an exception. They actually have great stability and support for being such a lightweight boot. And I was actually very surprised. So starting out here, you have the advanced chassis, which helps with your lateral stability. And I have to say, I usually have problems with lateral stability of my left foot, especially around the ankle area, right around here. And I definitely think this helped in that area. Some people online were complaining about this area where they're experiencing some pain, maybe pressing against their foot. I personally didn't have any problem with that. On my left boot, I had some pain on the midsection here, and that's because I have a higher arch, so I think that's more of a me problem rather than the boot itself, to be completely honest. So the midsole, let me see if I can pull the sole out of this boot for you guys. So it is made out of ortholite. It is a very thin sole, as you can see, but sometimes people use inserts. I was reading online for this. I did not have to use inserts. I usually never have to use inserts for my boots, but I've had zero problems with the midsole. It's been super comfortable for me, so I'm really happy with that. One thing I will say is, like I said, these boots come in a mid, which means the ankle is a little bit higher. I usually like the mids or even the high top boots. I wanted to try a low cut ankle on this boot just because I haven't hiked in one for so long. If I had to buy these boots again, I'd probably get the mid because I always have ankle issues, rolling, sprains, things like that. I didn't have that with this boot. Like I said, I always like that extra support in that area, so they are available in a mid. So if you do get a low cut, just be careful when you're coming down a hill. That's when most people sprain their ankles. So if you have strong ankle stability, then go ahead, get the low cut. You can move faster, they're more lightweight, but that's just something to keep an eye on. So for durability, we rated this a 7 out of 10. I had some concerns with the synthetic tongue. I think this may wear away really quickly, and that's just my opinion, but we'll see how it does. It's definitely not a manufacturing error. They made this tongue this way to make it so lightweight. So take it or leave it kind of deal. If you want the most lightweight boot, there are going to be trade-offs in that area, and that usually comes in durability or the stability and support area. So in summary, these are an excellent choice for boots, especially if you want a lightweight pair. So if you have foot fatigue, or if you're someone who likes to move fast on the trail, these are boots for you. But again, this could be a boot for an advanced hiker or even somebody who's just beginning. Overall, they had excellent traction and really good stability for a low cut and lightweight boot, which is usually what you don't see on the market nowadays. So I'm really happy with the Salomon X Ultra 4 in terms of stability and traction. I had great comfort in the sole, and I'm really impressed with the Ortholite insert on the boot. It's been super comfortable for me, and I've had zero sort of issues. So if I had to redo it again, I'd probably get the mid version of this boot. Salomon has done a great job with this boot. I am very impressed. So overall, this is a great boot, and I'm really happy to do this review with you guys today. Thank you everybody for listening. If you'd like to purchase these boots, there's a link below in the description. Also, please like and subscribe to this video, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you.